some time ago, I shared with you about the incredible energy behind taking responsibility and making choices, responsible choices. But I want to share with you today with even more vulnerable story, a little story. Some time ago, I had guests visiting, and it was a full house. As you can imagine, a lot of conversations taking place, a lot of situations happening during the day, just because there are so many of us. So, of course, there's a lot of interaction. And at some point, one day, I lost it. I lost it, being triggered by the behavior of one of children. And I raised my voice, trying to reprimand the child. And I didn't feel proud. The episode lasted a short time. Later on, soon after, atmosphere in the house has shifted to good energy. We were laughing, we were having fun all together. Everyone was having fun. And the evening ended in a very cheerful mode. But when my guests left the day after, I caught myself on a guilt trip. I didn't feel proud about myself. I felt guilty. I felt ashamed. And I started reflecting, how could I lose it? Why did I lose my patience? I could have communicated it differently. I could have spoken differently. I could have been more assertive in my communication. And I started asking myself questions. What made me XYZ? What made me lose my patience? What made me react the way I reacted? And the interesting thing is that few days later, I spoke to my friend that witnessed me losing this at that point, losing my calm. And I said to her, you know what? I feel a bit ashamed. I mean, I don't understand why I lost my calm and why I reacted the way I did. And as I'm reflecting, I'm thinking, how could I have acted differently? And she smiled. She smiled and she said, Kasia, it was one of the most beautiful moments because, first of all, it showed me that you are just like me, a human being, that you also have those moments that are challenging, and you also sometimes react rather than responding, just like me. And she said, I really enjoyed witnessing it because that let me relax, smile, and say, it's going to be okay. And that moment also helped me stop judging myself. And she said, you know what was most beautiful? How the situation changed very quickly, how you were able to collect yourself and find a way to communicate in a different way. And that falling and getting up again has been a beautiful lesson to many, that you can fall down, but you can get up again, and you can bring people together, and you can say sorry, and you can make things better. Isn't it interesting how often we want to choose that feeling of guilt and shame rather than seeing our fall downs not as a permanent example of us being bad people, but the fall downs as the short episodes proving that we are human beings. And falling down is a natural thing. It's not so much about falling down, it's what we do after. How do we get up again? What do we learn from a certain situation? What do we take out of it? How we make things better without that feeling, without that guilty feeling, without that shame. I had a choice. I could choose continuing to feel guilty and ashamed of my behavior that come on, I'm talking about on a daily how to find that balance in yourself. How could I have lost it? Well, I'm just a human being. I guarantee you I'll fall down probably every day. But I will also make an effort to get up again. And I want to learn from my mistakes because I've learned a lot from that situation. I've learned that physical objects are not the most important thing, that there are human feelings that are more important. I've learned that others also have right to make mistakes. And we have that power of forgiveness, power of hugging someone, patting their shoulder and saying, it's going to be better. It's going to be good. I've got your back. I see you. It's okay to fall down. Giving ourselves that grace. So I'm grateful today for that extremely generous friend with an open mind and open heart, who has open mind and heart, and for her words of helping me also see that fall down from a different perspective as a step to gaining more awareness and consciousness. And I could sit today thinking they are going to judge me and start marinating myself in guilt and shame. But instead, I'm smiling to myself and I take the lessons from that situation and feel gratitude for me being a human being and taking an active part in this human experience. And I want to inspire you also to remove guilt and shame from your life and replace them with curiosity, learning to stand up every time we fall down. And let's surround ourselves with people who give us a hand to help us up. There are people like that. And it's a blessing to have them in our lives, just like I am blessed with my friend, one of my friends. So, a conclusion, we all are human beings. We are going to fall down. What we do with that, it's up to us. Let's remove shame and guilt from our lives. Have some compassion to yourself, seeing yourself as a human being who is not perfect, and it's not about perfectionism. Being kind to yourself, because that's where it all starts, so that we can offer that kindness also to others. And sometimes it's easier to offer that kindness to others than to ourselves. So make sure you offer a lot of kindness to you, knowing and remembering that you are a human being and we all make mistakes. But mistakes are to be made and to be learned from, not to be carried on our shoulders for a long time. Thank you for being here today. I send you my love and peace. And happy inner diving. That's all I can say. And if you look for a mentor, coach, or a speaker to your next event, feel free to contact me. See you soon. Take care.